future Kev, right now, still gadding about at EGX. At least he'll be coming home in a few hours. But still, he's had a wonderful weekend. I imagine, if it's not out already, there'll probably be some video coming out anytime now of him showing off at all the fun stuff he's got to do over the weekend. Meanwhile, Thursday night, over a week to go, poor old current Kev, or past Kev to you lot now probably, time travel, eh? I'm sat here in my garage. Got to go to work tomorrow. Ha! So's he. I suppose that's a benefit. But still, I'll go to EGX. Hello and welcome to part 29 of the Milan mission. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have two games in Serie A. We're playing at home against Udinese and away against Lazio. Form has been marvellous since you were last with me. In actual fact, for nearly a year. Because I didn't realise this until I got a media report shortly after I recorded the last episode, that at that point we were 24 games unbeaten in the league. And I kind of hadn't noticed. Did any of you lot noticed? I certainly hadn't. But yeah, we've not lost in the league yet this season. I know it's only early November. It's not that impressive. I mean, we've had a good run of wins. That's been great. We're picking up the odd draw here and there, but largely in Europe. We've had a defeat in Europe. But then I went back to last season to fact check the news reports. And how did we not notice this happened? And how did this not result in us getting into the Champions League? It shows how poor our start was last season. Because if we go back, yeah, we lost the Italian Cup final. But you go back to the last game we lost. Okay, Champions League semi-final. One before that, Italian Cup semi-final. The last time we lost in the league was a 1-0 away defeat to one of today's opponents, Lazio, on the 28th of January. It's the 11th of November. But we are going away to Lazio again, the last team to beat us. So I imagine we'll lose to Udinese first, just to make sure that there's no fun. Now I know about it and now I've mentioned it, guarantee the defeats are coming. As it is, we are top of the league at the moment, though, 4 points clear of Napoli with a game in hand. Everything's going good. We still haven't decided who our striker is either, which is why we're not up there on the goal scoring charts. But basically, we've got 4 or 5 forwards who are all scoring lots of goals. Lamar is one of the best players in the division, as you can see by his average rating and his number of Man of the Match awards. Timo Horn is keeping clean sheets left, right and centre. Everything's coming up Milan at the moment. It's all good. Even the Europa League, where we're basically playing a heavily rotated team each time we play, we're still looking quite good. There's a lot of groups in this. How many teams are in this ridiculous competition? Group L? Are you having a laugh? Does every team in Europe get to play in this stupid competition? Where are we? Group F. 2 games to go. We're sat in second place. We've had a defeat and a draw against Celta, but now we've got to play the 2 whipping boys again. So one more win against one of them with our reserves will be fine. So you don't need to see that. We'll be into the knockout round. And if we're not, it's because something's gone spectacularly wrong. So this is the team we're playing at home against Udinese. We're just kind of... The goalkeeper and the back 4 are settled. We have a first choice there. Unless something is wrong, these 5 players play, and that's giving us a nice solid base to build from. Everyone else is just on a huge rotation mission, and sometimes they play, sometimes they don't play. We've got so much strength in depth up there now. It's brilliant. I'm enjoying myself at this point. So our goalkeeper today, we've got Timo Horn, we've got George, Romagnoli, Zuma and Makey as our back 4. Today it's Danilo and Bertolacci in central midfield. I would suggest nobody's first choice players in central midfield, but they're good when they play. And then we've got Gonçalo Guedes, Lamar and Gabriel Barbosa in behind Luan, who's up front today. And I tell you what, I had my doubts about Luan at the start of the season. I am so wrong about this player. Or my coaches were. My scouts were right after all. He's averaging a 7.32. He's got 6 goals from 9 starts. A lot of that's come in Europe, where that's where he kind of got his little break. He's not scored masses of league goals, but even though he's not scoring goals, he's playing as our centre forward, and his movement and the way he creates space for everyone else to run in behind him, it's awesome. He's not getting his share of assists because generally the work he's doing is off the ball, but he's dragging opponents around all over the place. Hopefully you'll get to see him do that today. And when he's on form, he plays brilliantly and just allows the three players behind him to just do their thing. And Gabriel Barbosa particularly benefiting from it with quite a big pile of goals that he's racking up. But Lamar, as you can see from his ratings, is enjoying it as well. And even Gonzalo, who is the weaker of the three. I mean, look where Luan is there. He's our centre forward. But he drops so deep, puts Gonzalo in. I don't know how to say his name. We need to give him a new name. But I mean, we didn't get that from Baka or Nyang, or Benzema doesn't do that. No one else, when they're playing at centre forward, is making those moves and those runs that Luan's making. And I know we're 1-0 down, and I imagine the undefeated run stops here. I mean, we're close to a full season undefeated. I know it's taken place over 2 half seasons, but I've never gone this long undefeated in Football Manager, I don't think. But now I've noticed it's all going to go wrong. And look out, the grass behind our goal looks like it's falling apart. Rubbish. Right, we need to get back into this. I mean, you can see from our centre-backs, my policy of not really rotating the defence is causing a little bit of a problem because they both look shattered already. So perhaps we do need to... We have got the Gomez brothers who can come on and play there, obviously. So perhaps we need to mix things up a little bit. There you go, we've got a goal back. Gonzalo Guedes, his 4th goal of the season. I'm going to give Luan all the credit again because he's my new favourite player, but Barbosa does brilliantly there. Luan's not anywhere near any of that, but we'll give him bonus points for being in the 6-yard box when the goal was scored, because that's what centre forwards are supposed to do. So at least he was in position that time. But I want to see more of his super runs because it's just so much fun. I get very excited when I see it happen. I'm not instructing him to do it either. I imagine if we weren't winning, I'd be furious with him for never being up front. I mean, again, there, he's dropped so deep, played Gonzalo in again. Guedes. We need a name for that fella. GG. But he's played him in, he's tucked that away, and Luan, again, I can't speak highly enough of the awesomeness. There you go. He has actually officially got 2 assists. So we credited him with the first goal. The match engine heard me and has credited him with the first goal as well. The assist on the first goal as well. We were moaning before the match he's not getting his share of assists. It's assist city for Luan today. Excellent stuff. And that, as it stands, puts us 6 points clear of Juventus after only 12 games. I mean, this is exactly where we've dreamt of being for so long. Look how far down the league Inter are as well. They're struggling from being back in the Champions League. They enjoyed their season off. I mean, look at that. We can do set pieces as well. Romagnoli tucks it away. There you go. It says at the bottom, this will be 27 games without defeat in the league. I don't know how a run like that has crept up on me. Did it creep up on you lot? I wasn't aware of it. It's losing. I mean, it's stuff like getting knocked out of all the cups, losing in the Italian Cup final. You kind of don't notice you're undefeated everywhere else. Usually, you'd expect a news report to come a little bit sooner, but for whatever reason, either I didn't notice it or they weren't coming. But it's now getting mentioned in the match commentary. Even not that I ever read that. Saw it there though, didn't I? There you go, Luan making another one of his special runs, but he's now back into the centre forward spot, dragging players around again. Lamar finds Bertolacci. What a goal! What a team we are now! I mean, we should play this episode and 4 or 5 episodes ago, side by side, for the complete contrasting emotions. I mean, we've seen Bertolacci do that before in live-com games as well. He has got a cracking shot on him when he puts his mind to it. He just doesn't do it often enough. But there you go. Backup central midfield partnership that we talked about. There's an assist and a goal that's come from there now. Remember, Udinese for the last few years have been a Europa League qualifying team. They're one of the better teams in the Italian leagues. We're 4-1 up before half-time and we're still attacking. Bertolacci out wide to Gonzalo Guedes, and everything went a bit wrong and we didn't see what happened there, but presumably we had another shot. We've had 13 of them shots. 8 of them have been on target, 3 clear-cut chances, and we're even starting to control possession now. We're just such a different team from what we were when this run started. Even if you're saying we're 27 games unbeaten, we were grinding out some horrible-looking draws 27 games ago. But now look at the attacking freedom we're playing with and the awesomeness. And Bertolacci wants a hat-trick. He's just shooting every time he gets the ball now. He doesn't need to do anything else. Just hover near the edge of the area, waiting for shots. Why not? We've got other players who can do all the legwork. The amount of movement from those front four, it's like we're playing with a front six. Oh, you don't get positive episodes out of me very much, at least not in this series. Oh, I hope they're going to be a thing from now on, because I've enjoyed playing this game the last few days. Oh, I've got a new lease of life. Right, Gabriel Barbosa, not really noticed him today, so he can come off. And there's so many players we can bring on for him. We'll bring Rashford on. We'll stick Luan out there, I think, and we'll do that. We should probably take one of these centre-backs off, actually. Zuma's shattered, booked, and not playing brilliantly. So let's have Little Gomez on. We haven't seen Little Gomez. I don't know that he's played since I fell out with him, and I don't even know why we fell out with him now. I know he did something stupid. Both of the Gomez brothers did, I think, in fairly quick succession, so I fell out with them both. But Little Gomez is still regularly getting in the England squad, and Rashford's not, despite Rashford closing in on double figures in his first season of A, top-flight football in a proper league, B, in a foreign country. I mean, you'd think he'd be England's first-choice striker, but he's not even getting in the squad. And it's not that he's never played before. He's got 5 caps and 3 goals or something like that. He's just not getting picked this season. They were picking him last year when he was playing for Celtic on loan from Man United, and he'd never played a game for the club that owns him. He's now gone for 56 million quid and is a star player in Italy. And apparently, no, you're not getting in the England squad now. We will pick that reserve defender, though, that you've got. Yeah, we'll have him. Ridiculous. I don't even know who England manager is, but they're a moron, whoever they are. Right, Lamar. We will bring Iose on for him because he's still young and could still get better, and we want to give him game time. But we're going to swap the two around because I like Rashford deep, and Iose is a more clinical finisher than Rashford is. So, Lamar, what's he going to do with his last touch of the ball? Nothing. No, nothing at all. It was a poor cross, and now he's gone. So Rashford's dropped deep. Iose's up front. We've not really done much in this second half, but we didn't need to. We won the game by half-time just through sheer attacking awesomeness. There you go. 4-1 at home against Udinese. Now we go to Lazio, and we try and do better than we did last year, which was the last time we lost. Be nice. Remember that bit where I said we always play Romagnoli and Zuma together? We like the fact we've got a solid back line and etc. Reason for success. Yeah, they're both suspended today. So we've got Big Gomez and Bazoa playing together back there. I mean, it's a bit of a problem because Lazio are the last team to beat us in the league, and now we're going there with a weakened back four. Other than that, Mauri comes back into the midfield, and we're unchanged, apart from the 3 changes. But why? I mean, it's like the game is conspiring to force a defeat onto us against the last team to beat us. Hopefully, those two. I mean, they're good defenders. Bazoa's played there plenty of times. Big Gomez, though, hasn't played for us at all this season. But he never let us down when he was playing there regularly before. Although it has been 18 months since he was regularly playing for us in defence. And you may recall, we weren't a very good team last time he was playing for us regularly. Perhaps it was all his fault. I mean, he's lost his man there. Timo Horn gets across well to make the stop, though. We've just had the international break. And looking at this, I think possibly a little bit more rotation might have been in order as well. I confess I didn't really look at the condition of some of these players, but Lamar, Gonzalo, Bazoa even, who's just come into the side, none of them look that fit. Although there you go, we've got Gonzalo Guedes with the crossover to Gabriel Barbosa. Again, I don't even know what part of the pitch Luan was on there. I know it's come from a set piece, but see if we can spot Luan. I guarantee he's off somewhere creating chances for people because he's a magician. Is that him running out of the penalty area? No, it's not. I don't know where he is. Where is he? No idea. Probably stood in the centre circle, leading a defender away and creating space for Barbosa. Wouldn't surprise anybody. Juventus must be slipping up because, again, as things stand, which is... I might get a T-shirt that says as things stand on it. I say it far too often. But as things stand, we're 8 points clear of Juventus. Luan's in. Oh, look at that. Sometimes, I know I talk about how he creates stuff for other people and then sometimes he just gets the ball and he thinks, you know what? I'm just going to do something a little bit special by myself. I'll just beat 2 men and then stick it into the far corner just because I can, and I've got it in my locker. I don't do it very often because I don't need to, but just be aware it's there, boss, and keep playing me. Look at how the goals and assists are spread out over the front 4. they're all so creative and they're all just as good at finishing as anyone else. And I think Horn looked like he fouled their player there. O'Horn. O'Horn looked like he fouled their player there. But I think we got away with it. So that's good. At some point, I will change Tim O'Horn's name so it's actually spelt correctly. It is just a glitch in the game that's put the O in the wrong place. Good old George. Some odd pronunciations of that coming in the comments over the last week or so. It's George. It's obviously George. Lamar has made it 3-0. And I don't even know where the assist came from. Oh, I remember when this used to be where all our goals came from. Makey. Cross comes in. Lamar's in. Tucks it away. That's a midfield player up there doing that. Again, no one can see Luan. Where is he? Nobody knows. He could be anywhere. Look, the goals and assists are spreading out even more. Oh. I mean, remember, Lazio could have gone third if they'd have beaten us today. We're 3-0 up by half time. I think we've cracked this win in the league, Lark, with... half the season. I mean, yeah, okay. Newcastle probably fought that many years ago. We're only 13 games in. Don't get ahead of yourself, Kev. You've done just over a quarter of the season. You're only 8 points clear. Juventus used to be 20 points clear by this point. Let's not get too silly. Winning the league, Lark. It's because I know we're on this near 30 game unbeaten run now. This will be our 9th win on the trot as well, apparently, according to a news report that tells us we're winning consecutive matches only when we hit 8 wins in a row. I'd like to know about that 4 or 5 wins because it never happens. I wonder how many other mysterious little unbeaten and winning runs we've had in this save and not been told about them until the bitter end. One other massive improvement we've made to this Milan side, and personally I think it's my greatest achievement. Look, pretty much all normal squad numbers now. No 70s, no 99s, no 91s. When we sign players, we give them normal squad numbers. A lot of our newer players are even numbered 1 to 11 because they're normal football squad numbers. So you do it properly. I was just saying I want a new goal scorer. And there you go. Danilo gets his first goal of the season because he's a hero. Right, one of 2 things has happened now. I'll let you lot decide for yourselves which one it is. Either my camera battery has died, which is, and we're mid-game. I don't know where the charger is. It's 5-0 by the way. I'm not going to be able to find the charger mid-game, and I'm enjoying this. We need to carry on with it. So that's one scenario. I'm still waving my finger around to the camera as if it's on. That's one scenario. Camera that's off, or it's really hot in here and I've decided to do the rest of the match with my shirt off and didn't think you needed to see that. I'll let you decide. Let me know in the comments. Battery dead, shirt off. Which one was it? There we go. See, interactivity. Bertolacci, you can come on. Who else is coming on? Luan, you can have a bit of a rest. You've been a hero recently. We might bring Benzema on. We haven't played him for a little while. We're trying to keep everyone fit and everybody happy. We've got quite a lot of attacking players. So, yeah, let's bring one on. I don't know how I'm going to do the outro bit where it's normally my face close up. I don't know. Perhaps, do we have a blank space? Or... I don't know. What will future Kev come up with? I'm probably not even going to edit this episode for 5 or 6 days. We're recording so far in advance to get EGX set up, so I don't know. Will I even remember it's not on there? I'll probably when I'm watching it back, when I'm editing it, I'll probably remember then. Especially as I've talked about it at length mid-episode. I'll expect it when it happens now. Right, let's bring Rashford on. You know what, Marcus? Why not have a go at playing as a winger? I don't think you've done it yet. Let's see if you can do that. Everyone else seems to be able to, because everyone in our front 4 can play everywhere else in the front 4, which is a wonderful level of flexibility we didn't even manage to achieve when we were doing this system with Man City, because we had João Roberto could only play up front, Ayrton could only play right wing, Gilberto could only play in the middle. It was only the Chapman players who came in, the likes of... can't even remember any of their names. Tigana could play all over the place. Abalsamo could play a couple of positions. I remember my players still. Mputu, loved him. Didn't sign him, but loved him. Probably my favourite Man City player. Right, I think it's probably safe to say we've won this game. We're 8 points clear at the top of the league now. This is all going quite well, isn't it? Hopefully we won't mess up the Europa League now, although part of me thinks, who really cares if we do? I'd rather just win the league and focus on the Champions League next year. But that is a rather splendid result. The league table also looks rather splendid. Let's have a look at the schedule. There you go, we play Inter just before we break for the winter break. In fact, look, we've got Inter and Juventus. Guess that's got to be our next episode then. The last 2 games before the winter break, we're at home to Inter and away against Juventus. If we're still unbeaten when the winter break starts, I'll call it now, we will win the league. And I don't know why I'm talking at the camera again, because it's not on. The camera's not on. It's not that it's not on, that it's not on. I know what I mean. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.